name is Aurelio Cimato. My firm is Cimato Architects and Interior Design. I think what's important to understand about this project is that it wasn't a new build. It was an existing home that obviously my client wanted me to give it a complete fresh new look, and he wanted me to try and bring this house up to sort of the current architectural trends. The house or the existing house that was here, being very much, I call it a hybrid, because it was a house that had a lot of traditional architecture in it, and at the same time it sort of had a bit of an imagery of a farmhouse. I think one of the greatest aspects of this home is the northern facade. When I say the northern facade, the north-facing view. The house is perched up quite high and has a great view over the Linksfield Ridge and surrounding areas. So my main aspect was to then try and concentrate very much on this part of the house and the entrance to really give this house a wow factor. I think the main areas where I think we use a little bit, I would say, cutting edge sort of design is on, again, as I mentioned earlier, is that northern side of the house. I chose to cantilever the main bedroom, it's almost making it free floating over the patio cooking area. And what's nice about this, it almost gives the whole northern facade quite a light feel to it. The balance of the patio, what I did with that is I sort of spanned the structure as far as possible on either side to make the patio seem as open as possible. And obviously, when you're inside the house, it also gives opportunity to be able to view the garden and the view from wherever you are in the house. So this was quite an important aspect. So by floating sort of the upstairs over this area, it gives this house a very sort of light and modern feel. I've known this client for many years, so I know he's quite an adrenaline junkie when it comes to motorbikes and cars, and he's also quite a fitness freak. So it was very important that I design a proper home gym for him where he can do his fitness and his cardio. Well, when I say fitness, strength and cardio, because it's quite important to him as he trains pretty much every day. The other aspect that he really requested from me was to have a show garage, because as I said, he's an avid collector of cars and motorbikes. So what I did is then in the phase 2 of the house, I designed some show garages and incorporated it with a man cave, which was another aspect that he really wanted. And being also an avid collector besides cars, he's also quite a big wine collector. And I designed a cellar for him that can house 10,000 wine bottles. So, he can really collect to his heart's content. I think one of the main aspects when I have to look at what we did from a craftsmanship point of view in this house is really the flooring. That's quite an important element. Being sort of a pseudo farmhouse, being a modern farmhouse, let's put it that way, we, both myself and the clients wanted the floor to be quite rustic. But instead of just going for a normal concrete floor or semicrete floor that many homes boast, we decided to go with a terrazzo floor. Now, this is quite a complicated floor to do. These floors sort of originated in Italy in the villas of many years ago. So this process, it's a very lengthy process of workmanship with concrete layers, stones that needs to be grinded, sealed. So it's a very intense sort of and labor intense floor that needs to be done. So you really need to get specialized people that know how to do this. But the final product is absolutely exquisite. Ikon, and let's put it this way, with Cimato Architects, we go back many years, and Ikon has always been my preferred aluminium and glass supplier, let's put it that way, because the great thing about the Ikon product is I'm able to achieve very, very big glass facades. And I think one of the most important aspects of this home is sort of the northern glass facade, because it must be able to open easily and it must be big enough that wherever you are in the house, it keeps you in touch with this beautiful northern view, the garden, the gazebo outside. The garden is absolutely magnificent. So it's something that you always want to bring into the house. And with the Ikon product, I'm able to achieve this because I'm able to get very, very tall sliders, big panes that I can open and close easily. The other aspect is, besides the sliders, if I'm using windows or openers, I can also then achieve very big opening windows, large panes that a lot of the other manufacturers aren't able to achieve, for this upper market residential. The other thing about Ikon that I really do enjoy, they supply me with a aluminium sort of finish or color that is really very unique to them, and the sort of grey-black that they supply me blends in very, very well with my materials and my colors on most of my projects. What you've got to understand when it comes to timelessness, I don't believe really in timelessness, because I think anybody or any person that lives in a home, if the home has been designed correctly and the spaces feel comfortable and relaxed, it will always have a much longer lifespan than a home that doesn't really suit the purpose of the client. So I believe, besides being an external facade, be it modern, be it classical, I feel if spaces are designed correctly, if architects design spaces correctly, and a client feels comfortable and the space gives them a sense of home, I believe those spaces will have a much longer lifespan than say a house that just doesn't suit purpose. I think it's very important as when you walk into a space, as architects, a space isn't just a space for furniture, it's how it makes you feel. And if you get a good feeling in that space, it will always be a home that you can live in for many years. I think also what's important to mention, besides sort of this whole redo that we did with the house, as I said, there was a phase 2 where then we did the wine cellar, the man cave with a large bar, the show garages. Another request for the client was that we create a lovely outdoor gazebo, which we actually took it to the next level, where we created this absolutely awesome covered gazebo that sort of abuts the pool. And I mean, being in Joburg, we get beautiful weather, we get lovely sunny days. It's really a space that the family can congregate with friends, family, and really, really just enjoy the swimming pool and the lovely summer days that we have here.